Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer, and today we are checking out PlayStation 5 Pro PSVR2 update on GT7 1.54. Now, I had my PlayStation 5 Pro in the box right up until today that this update came out. I was actually getting ready to return the PlayStation 5 Pro. The only reason I was going to keep it was if we got an update for VR for GT7. It's actually the only reason why I purchased it, but I was not sure if we were going to get an update. There was no word at all about getting a VR update. But to our surprise, if you look at the release notes, there is a little bit there about an update for PSVR2. So yes, I unboxed it, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If I can notice a difference, which I'm hoping I can most definitely notice a difference. I'm assuming I can. I haven't even tried it yet, but I'm assuming we're going to notice something different, something better. Is it worth the $750 US price to get a PS5 Pro though, if you are a VR racer? Now, I only race in VR. My opinions, and I always give you my true, honest opinion. That doesn't make it right or wrong. These are just our opinions, but I always am truthful with how I feel. And I was very truthful when I first reviewed this headset in GT7, and I've only raced GT7 in VR ever since, getting it over a year and a half ago. And my first impressions were very different than what other people were saying. People were saying this was the greatest headset ever released. They haven't seen anything so clear. And as a VR sim racer on PC, I just wasn't so in love with the headset. GT7 sold me as the overall package with the headset. So now we're going to see if things have improved. For me, the biggest thing was reprojection, where it goes 60 hertz, reprojected to 120. Now, they haven't changed that, but what they have done is they have given us, if we go into the options menu, if you go to video output, there is an option here that says VR positional reprojection settings for PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, if you read at the bottom, it says, when enabling this function, it will result in more immersive experience. It may also cause unwanted visual effects. Now, I'm going to turn this on because I want the best VR experience. Now, we'll see what the unwanted visual effects are if I notice it. If it's worse than seeing the reprojection of the ghosting image. The ghosting image is what I'm not a fan of. I have just trained myself to look past it when I'm driving, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna do three things in this game. We're gonna race, and then I'm gonna check out two other things to see if the clarity actually improved a lot. So what we're going to do is, first we're gonna run some laps at Daytona. I want to see if maybe did they update the lock to horizon as opposed to the lock to the car. Maybe they updated that. As you know, when you're running on VR on Daytona and you go up on the high bank, you're locked to the horizon, so everything just moves around you. I am curious to see if they changed that. My guess is they didn't, but we're gonna check it out, and we're gonna see how clear and if things look better for us. So let's just do we're just gonna do a custom quick race here. And we'll do like, we'll just do 2 laps. I can get a feel for the car. Now that I'm going to be driving the Porsche, this is a car that I've driven so many times. So, it's something I'm comfortable in. I know what it looks like on the regular PS5. So we'll see how much better it looks on PS5 Pro. All right, we are in the car. Just trying to get a look around here. Again, not really worried about the racing itself. The resolution is definitely looking like I'm getting better resolution. I'm just trying to see if I'm getting a double image here. Trying to get some places. I'm not seeing anything weird going on, like it said that could be happening. I do want to go. Maybe I'll just do 1 lap here. Actually, after this track, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another track with maybe some more trees and things like that. Everything is really clear. There's no doubt about it that things look clear. I'm just trying to really see about if I'm seeing double image on things is what I'm really looking for right now. The actual wheel itself, everything, all the numbers, all the digits, super clear. You see, the thing with this headset is the sweet spot is so small. So you got to worry about when your eyes just leave that sweet spot. The headset can't move. But when you're in that sweet spot, everything is super clear. Uh-oh. Oh man, that's not what we wanted there. That was not good right there. Well, at least we won't finish last. All right, now what I want to do here is we are locked to the horizon still, not the car though. All right, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this race. Blah blah blah. Not a good finish. 18th, but what I want to do is I want to go to. I'm gonna check out the VR replay. Now the VR replay on the regular PlayStation 5. The reprojection on this was atrocious. Just atrocious that it just would make you dizzy trying to watch it. I want to see if we got any better view. All right, let's see if this looks better now. Now this was something that was really hard to watch on the PlayStation 5. Cars definitely look better here. I'm not getting that double image. Yeah, cars look. This is the weirdest. They put you at the weirdest angles. I don't understand the angles they put you on this VR replay. But there's definitely an improvement. It's definitely actually watchable now, because on the PS5 regular version, I was not really able to watch this view. It was so nauseating with the double image. It definitely an improvement. Without a doubt, definitely an improvement. You know, let's go to Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is, I'm so used to this track. Let's go racing. Let's see what we got here in the Ferrari. Wow. Whoa, whoa! Driving here, buddy. You guys need to pay attention. Inside of the car looks good. Trees look good. Now, let me see how the building looks here. Usually this is pretty blurry in the view. Yeah, it looks good. Like, should I start saying should I start giving my opinion? There's going to be one more thing I'm going to want to check out. I am getting some on the way you actually see the like your time and your gears and all that. I am getting kind of as I'm like going on turns. I am seeing a double image there. Like right there, it kind of gets like a little blurriness. Sometimes I see it double imaging. Just like the where it shows you the gears and the time and stuff like that. Yeah, when I do that, like there's a real blur to the gear and the time when I do that. I don't know if it's just like the eye tracking maybe just isn't working as fast. Right there, it's kind of blurry right now to me. My head's not even moving. Now it's clear. So there is a little bit of funkiness going on with that. Let's just go go-karting at Laguna, Seca. I don't think I've ever driven a go-kart here, but let's see what things look like in the open. Don't judge my driving on the go-kart though. Yeah, there's definitely a blurriness that happens with the time and the gear. Oh, that was pretty cool actually. I thought it was gonna show me my little. You definitely don't want to go over those in a go-kart, huh? I thought it was gonna actually show me flipping over, but it stopped me. Thank you for stopping me. All right, there's definitely something funky going on with my radar. It's actually doubled. It's completely doubled. I don't know what's happening there, but I see two of those. So definitely a strange graphical glitch there. I'm sure it's something that, something they'll probably be working on, I'm sure, to fix any kind of graphical glitches. Otherwise, things look good. Yeah, that double glitch thing didn't fix itself at all. I'm curious if we come back into this game. There's also a little weird thing happening down here. I don't know if it's going to come out in the recording. But definitely a couple of weird things happening. Nothing that was, well, actually I was going to say nothing that's too distracting, but if you actually need the radar, that's actually pretty distracting. I'm just going to restart and then see if that happens again on this restart. Yep, still there. Very strange. I am curious if maybe it's just let's see if it's just the go-kart. So let's just change a car really quick and just hop into another car and just to see if it's just related to the go-kart of that double image. And it's not like a little double image. It's really like, it's almost three-dimensional. There's like an image here and then the other image is like over it and then to the side. So let's change our car. Let's go back to our Porsche. Let's just hop into this really quick. I just want to see if this fixes it, if it's just a car thing. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a car thing. Although now that I'm noticing, I'm gonna just kind of pull over here. What I'm noticing now is so when I'm not driving, actually it looks fine, but what was happening was the radar was fine, but where it shows your tires and your gas, that was kind of like when I'm driving right now, that above the radar is like double imaged and blurry. But the radar itself is looking fine. So definitely some a couple weird things going on. And it's obviously going to probably be due to that rear projection, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to turn off that setting and I'm going to see what happens. The VR position off. Let's race and let's see if that fixes that. Yeah, and it does. Yeah, that definitely fixed that. Now, I'm looking at cars in the distance. Whoa! I was looking at cars in the distance. I wanna restart that. So this is removing that feature of making the reprojection, I guess, look better. I want to see something that I'm looking at cars in the distance now. And I just want to see the clarity of turning that on after this. It's hard to drive and try to focus on like things you want to focus on. Looking at the cars in the distance, they're not clear too much. Cars that are already turning. These other cars, good thing they're not real people. So I'm going to focus on the cars turning in the distance right now. What they look like. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out. I'm going to turn that setting back on. Let's turn that back on. And now I want to see if things look better in the distance. Radar is same issue looking there. Yeah, so looking at cars down there, the clarity on the cars are looking clearer. They're looking almost just looks like a higher resolution on them. Looking at those cars turning, they're not as blurry as they were with that setting turned off. But it is affecting other things. It's not affecting anything that's going to stop me from being able to drive right now. But if you needed to know your gas, that might be a problem. It looks very double imaged. Yeah, the cars definitely look better in the distance. Definitely look clearer. All right, there's one more thing I want to check out here. One more thing, and then I'll tell you. I'll just give you my initial thoughts. And you know, initial thoughts are going to be different. Obviously, the more I use it, and things like that. But there is definitely one more thing I just want to take a look at, and that is a VR exclusive feature that we can actually sit in any car that we want and have a look at it. So let's look at the Group 1 Porsche here. Let's see what we got in here. Actually, let's look at this one. Here we go. VR showroom, PlayStation VR2 exclusive. Clarity definitely looks good here. Turn those lights on. Yeah, everything's looking really clear, really sharp. Clarity is top notch right now. What's top in the car? Very small cockpit, so it's really hard. Probably not the best car to check out. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to get a replay to watch, and I want to watch the replay with that setting on, with that setting off, because it definitely affects motion, and I want to see if the VR replay, if I can see a difference between the two in the VR replay with the motion, or if it just looks good on both now on the Pro. I'm kind of curious. So, all right, so I'm checking out the replay now with that setting off, and when I turn my head like that, it's very noticeable. When the cars pass me by, it's a very double image. I'm kind of curious. If I keep my head still, it's kind of fine. But if I do that when they're passing me, it's a very double image. I'm curious if that setting will fix that. Yeah, so let me see if that setting's going to affect things like that. Definitely noticeable when I watch the cars pass me and I spin my head. The car's coming at me right now. Very double image right now. Definitely some of these angles are very double imaged. So let's see what happens if we turn that setting on. I'm going to try to hope we get the same angles we got before. Yeah, like when I turn my head with the car, it's definitely noticeable that that double image is gone, really. Yeah, it's dead. That, like right now, from going from one to the other, very noticeable when I turn my head that the car doesn't split up into two, which is cool. So that's it's definitely working. You know, obviously still reprojected from 60, but just using more processing power to make things look better. I don't know what's happening on the back end really to do that, but definitely like a real world view right now, being able to see that. Now you're not gonna be able to see that in my video. The video is just gonna capture everything cleanly. But yeah, no doubt. You know, like sometimes we look at things and we're like, oh, it looks clearer. It doesn't look clearer. Oh, I think it looks better. But like this is easily tested when you watch the cars pass by you and you turn your head with them, that they're not breaking up. What's my opinion on this? Does it look better? It definitely looks better. It definitely looks clearer. Obviously proven that you're not going to get as much ghosting, but when you turn that on, you are getting other things that will be affecting you, that you'll see, like I was saying, with the radar doubling up. Even when the radar was fine, the gas and tire things and the things above the radar was doubling and blurring. It wasn't blurring, but the way it wasn't just doubling on top of each other, but it was on top and over, so it was hard to read, a little distracting. It wouldn't stop me in those cases for racing. I hope those are things that would get patched. Now, this is the first update we've gotten for VR since the release since the first release for PSVR2 on the game. I want to hook up my PS5 and do like a quick comparison and just do a quick compare of what the two look like. And I think I'm going to do that. So this is going to be this video was probably longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm going to give you a little bonus here. I'm going to just, for myself, I'm going to do a quick race on this. I'm going to try to swap in my PS5 regular and just see side by side if they look different next to each other in VR. I think I owe that to you guys. All right, so what I did is I went back to my regular PlayStation 5, hooked it up, wanted to see it, you know, kind of a side by side in my head. I'm jumping from one back to the other, just to give a good comparison between the two, for what I felt. So when I put on the PlayStation 5 after coming from the Pro, it still looked good. The clarity obviously is not the same. It's not as clear. It's not as crisp. One thing that I did notice is the motion definitely feels smoother with the PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. It just everything just looks clearer because I guess, you know, of the updated reprojection that we're getting. So it gives the appearance that things just run smoother. It kind of feels like it's running more of a native frames at a higher frames per second, at a higher hertz than it actually is, where you kind of feel it more on the PlayStation 5. Is it a game changer? Do you have to run out and buy a PlayStation 5 Pro to enjoy GT7? I don't think so. We've obviously been enjoying GT7 on a regular PlayStation 5, right? So it's already good enough. Is it better on the Pro? It's definitely better on the Pro. It definitely looks better. It definitely feels better. If you have the money to spend and you know, you were on the fence, yes, you're gonna feel like you are getting an upgrade. It's not like it's not gonna feel like, oh, I'm playing the same thing. I'm not noticing the upgrade. You're definitely gonna notice it. You're definitely gonna see it. It's definitely gonna be clearer. It's definitely gonna feel better. One thing is hopefully that they do fix the glitches, the graphical glitches when you turn on that new enhancement for PlayStation 5 Pro. That's one thing that I hope they don't. I hope Polyphony Digital does not abandon PSVR2 for the next year and a half like they did from their first release. Hopefully they continue to update it. I really, really hope they give us more HUD options so we can see everything that flat screen users are seeing. I still don't know why we don't have that. I really think that they can sell headsets and systems to sim racers. But I just don't know why they're not pushing it more. But hopefully we see future sim racing games, you know, when we have a set of Corsa Evo coming out, even the NASCAR game that's going to be coming out by iRacing next year. I really hope we get PSVR2 support for those games, because I think if they really push the PS5 Pro, I think we're really going to see advantages over the PS5. Obviously, the more power with VR, you're always going to be better. So definitely a noticeable improvement. Definitely things you will see. It's not going to be a placebo effect. It's definitely noticeable and extremely proven when using the VR replay mode, turning on the Pro 5 enhanced setting and turning it off. You can totally see the ghosting on one and the removal in the other. So that's just my opinion. Hopefully you guys leave your opinions down below. Your opinion is just as important as my opinion. You might feel the same. You might have some other good tips, some other findings that you're finding about PSVR2 on PS5 Pro. So leave it down in the comments so everyone can, everyone can check that out. If you guys enjoyed the video, thumb it up, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.